Um, so basically, the idea that I had was for us to just sit down and just talk, just normally as two normal human beings, and then just to try to talk to you a little bit about your experiences with moving from Twitch to YouTube. Because I know you've done that relatively recently. Maybe it was like what, a year or less ago.
For streaming?
Yes, for streaming.
My first stream was in May.
Oh,
For
okay.
YouTube.
So definitely less than a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you've been making YouTube videos for a lot longer than that, obviously.
Yeah, I've been making YouTube videos since Black Ops. What was the Black Ops 3? I
Wow.
think.
That's
Or
wild.
is it Black Ops 4? I can't remember which number it is. It's a pretty bad game. There's no good games out at the
yeah,
time.
I was about to say they're both about the same, so it'd be hard to tell the
yeah.
difference. I'm trying to.
It was
Is it the same channel? It is. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
so
Black
2
Ops
years.
4.
Okay, so it was Black. I don't even remember. Black
Yep.
Ops 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So just like a quick overview, I started to make YouTube content because I well when I would open up YouTube because I played Black Ops 4, I would see people. I don't know if you know who FaZe Swag is, but
I've
that
heard
was a
of the
guy that
name.
I watched. He's like a Warzone Call of Duty streamer now. Played with Nick Merckx all the time.
Oh, okay.
Super entertaining guy. He's actually on Twitch. When you open up Twitch now and you see a commercial, which that's one thing that I don't like about streaming on Twitch, by the way, is every stream you open, there's immediate commercials.
Immediate ad.
And he's in one of the primary commercials you see. You ever see the like seltzer commercial where they're at the pool? He like cracks open. He's like, "What loadout am I choosing today, boys?" That's like him. He's in a commercial on Twitch. But anyway, I thought that I would watch his gameplays. He'd have some really really cool, awesome games, and I just thought that YouTube was as simple as, hey, I've statistically had games that were as good as this guy's games.
Right.
So I'm gonna just record my games and I'm gonna put them on YouTube, and I'm gonna have 100,000 people come and watch my first ever upload. I don't even
Let's
remember what it
go.
is. It's like 64. I don't even know if I titled that thing anywhere. Like I don't even think I say what game it is. I just say like 64-0
Yeah, dude. Well,
nuclear
I
or
mean,
something
yeah.
stupid.
No. It says Black Ops 4 nuclear
Okay.
game play 63-0.
Yeah, so I just thought I
That's
could
pretty
just post
wild, though.
that and I would just have thousands of people to watch, but
Well, I mean, for your first video, you have 143 views. That's not bad.
yeah, it's blossomed a little over time, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I can imagine.
so yeah, so I thought that, and I never wanted to stream. I always liked the idea of YouTube, just to like make videos and kind of do that on my own time.
Hmm.
I actually started streaming. Because Mixer was on Xbox, like just
Yes.
hardwired into
Yeah.
Xbox. So I literally would just stream on Mixer and just record my past broadcasts, and my whole outlook was I'm just going to go back to my past broadcasts. I don't, nobody would come in and watch. So
Right.
that's how I that's how I hardwired it into being able to go to my crappy laptop and edit the
And then you can
games
edit the
and
videos. No, that's
yeah.
genius. That's genius because then you didn't have to worry about a capture card. You didn't have to worry about all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes sense. So that's how you originally started streaming, was just so it was a more convenient way for you to be able to grab your
Video
video.
to put it on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty genius. That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's pretty
The
great.
quality was never very good,
Oh,
though.
of
The
course
quality.
not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want me to like go into more like content first with YouTube, or like separate like making videos versus streaming, because I feel like they go hand
Mhm.
in hand, but they're
Totally different.
kind of different as
Oh
well.
yeah, absolutely. But I think like something like for us to like kind of like start off, at is more so like talking about like you and what your experience has been with streaming and content creating, and then also like how does that fit in with your day-to-day life, like your normal life, like you
Yeah.
wake up, you got a family, you got a wife, you got a kid, you got a job. How
I
do
would
you
say
fit
that
in all that stuff?
yeah, so those are kind of two different separate things. Like
Yeah.
I'll answer kind of the first one, the you know, how or like learning as you go, I guess is kind of my big part that I've discovered. You know, the
Mm.
more you do something, the more you experiment and learn what works and what doesn't work. Um, at first, I think that 90% of people that post things on YouTube um, post things, and this is what I did as well, post things that they want to see and not
Yes.
necessarily what other people want to see.
Yes.
So, you
I
know, I would have
100%
an
agree with that.
yeah, I would have an amazing game and like, man, that was so much fun. Like that's going on YouTube.
Mm.
And so
And then
me doing that, yeah, it kind of fell flat.
yeah.
So, um, I experimented with like, you know, comedy things, you know, because you want to get viewers to watch your video, you know, to be entertained or to
Mhm.
learn something, um, or you know, to educate them on how to get better. So you know, I did all kinds of different things, funnies, montages, highlights, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
So it's as
Um,
far as like the type of content that you make, what's been your favorite kind of content to make? It doesn't necessarily need to be what you're doing now, but like the
my
format
favorite,
or like the theme. Yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah. Because right now
I
you're focusing like a lot on educational
information and
content, yeah, and
education, yeah.
information. Yeah.
So those are very rewarding when people really find a lot of help with those.
Mhm.
So that's like the big thing with those is, you know, they comment and they're like, "Hey, man, like this video is to help me get a 4,000 damage game, and I could only get 2,600 damage, but I watched your tips and I got my first 4,000 damage game. Like, thank you so much." And I know like how it feels to get your first ever like big huge game. So
It's a lot of
that's like
damage.
super rewarding. That's so much, you know, fun. Making that content is a lot more work, which
I
obviously
bet.
having a job and a baby,
Mhm.
you know, that I have as monitor here right now, and then my wife juggling, you know, keeping her happy as
Mhm.
well. That stuff takes, I would say, like a good educational video probably takes like 8 or 9 hours of work
Jeez.
put in. I like, I just like it when people um, are entertained by games and you know just gameplay because that's kind of what I've always
Mhm.
liked was
Mhm.
I just liked being competitive and people watching because I was you know pretty solid at a game that I was playing. Funnies are really fun to do as well, but I'm not the most creative or I'm not the best editor in the world, so I try
Right.
to generally keep things streamlined and kind of simple. I don't try to go too crazy, but that is another thing that I do watch a lot of other successful YouTubers and try to see what they do that you
Uh-huh.
know grabs people's attention and you know
Yeah,
the
like
intro
and
to
then
the
try and
video is
replicate that yourself and
yeah,
see how you can
yes,
use that within your own content.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
kind
I
of I
mean,
guess
so you're saying like it can take you about like 8 hours per like educational tier video, and
yeah.
I noticed that not all of them are necessarily based that way. Like you have tier lists
hmm
and stuff like that. I assume that videos like that is something you could probably just. Well, I guess you don't do them live, do you? You actually make a whole edited video, don't you?
I've done some tier list live. They haven't done like the live stream does pretty
Um.
well, but I've also kind of felt that a lot of the community kind of sees that live, or not a lot, but
Mhm.
I also hide the VODs. Only members, channel members, can see a lot of my live streams, just because I
Yeah.
don't want them cluttered up on my YouTube page.
Yeah, that was gonna be a
Uh,
question that I was gonna have for you as well. But yeah, but
yeah.
please go ahead.
So if a live stream goes crazy and it's, you know, everyone's really loving it, then a lot of times I'll keep it available, you know, for a while. But and if it's relevant.
Hmm.
But I've done like live coaching, like pulled up somebody's video, and just like coached and talked to people in chat if they had any questions or did tier lists. Heck, I did like a fast food tier list to start one stream.
There you go.
Um, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Um,
and I think that that's just a good idea, just to provide some form of like character content for you, and also, I don't know about you, but usually with my live streams, the first maybe 30 to 45 minutes is usually pretty slow. And I don't really pick up in my usual viewership until about like an hour or so in.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think that sounds like a good idea to kind of fill some space of some
Yeah.
content that you could make into a video and post on your YouTube. Just
Mhm.
trim it down, slap a thumbnail on it, and put it up on your
Yeah,
YouTube.
less editing and
Yeah.
everything that way as well. Plus, YouTube does allow you to stream at a higher
Oh
quality.
yeah.
I also do record like while I'm streaming as well,
Wow.
just so
You must have some giant hard drives, my guy.
just so I can kind of go back and just have, the max quality that I can from that. But
That
I
makes
guess
sense.
going back to like second question,
Mm-hmm.
the timing,
Yes.
I am gonna kind of have to adjust, I guess, how I do things a little bit because normally I did post a lot of times on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube will tell you like when a lot of your viewers are on the platform.
With their
So I always,
analytics, it'll
yeah,
kind of break that down. That's pretty nice.
yeah. So typically on like Thursdays, a lot of my YouTube viewers are on around 1 p.m. Eastern. So what I'll do is my wife, before, she would get off work around like 4 o'clock, and she always goes to her mom's because her mom watches the baby on Wednesdays, and she always goes to her mom's house and has dinner with her mom and the baby, and it's just like their kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get home at like 5, and I always just would edit from like 5 until 9 when she would get home, hang out with
Mm-hmm.
her, put the baby to bed, and then kind of finish that video up from like, you know, 10 to 1 a.m. or however long it took. And
Jeez.
then and then the next day while I was like on my lunch break at work, I would just list the video as public so that at 1 o'clock you can schedule them, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little OCD, I guess. I want to just click it myself and
I
make sure that
understand.
it actually went
Yeah,
went
because then you'd
went
have to
through.
keep checking it over and over again to see if it actually
Yeah.
went. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm OCD as hell too. I do
Mhm.
weird shit for dumb reasons all the time.
Yeah, so
So like a typical day. So that you said that's Wednesdays. So well,
mhm.
how much time would you say a week? Because and how many videos are you posting a week?
So it's usually just like 1 to 2 videos a week.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently one a week for the past, I don't know. I fell off. I was like 10 days ban on one because I went on a vacation,
Oh yeah.
and I kind of wanted to have something planned while I was gone, but I didn't. I was just kind of tired at that point. I was like, they
Right.
can
You
wait for
wanted
10
to,
days. Yeah,
but
yeah. So consistently for 1 week, just because I do think that YouTube probably rewards their creators that
consistency.
are, yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
that they upload at least once a week. Sometimes two. If I do a second video, a lot of the times it won't be another one of those like 9-hour edits. It might be like a gameplay, like that I had a really good game and ranked or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those typically don't take a whole lot of time, really.
Right.
An hour, 2 hours maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you
so yeah.
whenever you post those gameplay videos, do you edit down the round much, or do you kind of just trim off the edges and throw some voiceover on it and let it
Yeah, I might
slide?
throw a little intro or
Mm-hmm.
something funny in the beginning. That's something else that I kind of learned is I watch I watch a ton of YouTube, and I love when like the video starts out with something crazy and just grabs your attention, like
The
just
hook.
anything, like a movie. Yeah.
It's the hook. Yep.
So that's one thing I've tried to incorporate more and more. So it might be like a funny hook for the first like 20 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and then cut up, the boring stuff of the BR looting, walking around the map, not finding anybody, and
I could see
then
that.
adding a couple effects, maybe like a badge pops up on screen and has flames around it or something, and then
Right.
we're good to go.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
How much would you say that like your because you edit all of your videos yourself?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was another thing that was different too, because I think that when you first were watching some of my,
Mm-hmm.
things, I was having a guy that was editing for me,
Yes.
which I'm super happy that because I would do some, like he didn't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I had like a big project like those 8 or 9 hour videos,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I have I don't have enough time on my hands. I have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
I have the wife and the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So he would do the thumbnail. He would do every thumbnail, and then he would do those videos, and then I would do the simpler ones.
Right.
Um, but I'm super happy that I just the past year or more, I think it's been over a year, I've been doing every single one.
Wow.
And it's just like forcing myself to learn and, look up how to do different edits and kind of grow as a creator that way too. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
I don't
It's.
think that I with having an editor, I would tell him some things, and I think it would be like this with anyone,
Mm-hmm.
and that you have a different vision a lot of the time. So he did a great job, especially with funnies and memes and things like that. But for
Mm-hmm.
like a coaching and education standpoint, since I'm the actual player, I felt like I did a much better job. So I kind of focused more on that. He was
Gotcha.
more of a montage guy and a meme, make videos funny kind of
I'll
guy.
tell you one thing though, his montages were fucking lit.
Oh yeah, they were super good.
They were
They
so
were.
good,
Yes.
man. They were dope as hell.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that's so you say that you kind of taken over the editing for it? Was that more of
Mhm.
um kind of gave you oh man, I can't think of the word, like ease of mind about what the video was gonna be when it
Timelines.
was done, and you would know when it was
Yeah.
gonna be done and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest issue too, and why we kind of stopped was he lived in South Africa
Yeah,
and
that's right.
he didn't have the best internet connection or things would happen and he'd miss deadlines
Mm.
and he's he intended well, but
Yeah, of
after
course.
a while I just thought I'm just going to do this myself and
Mhm.
everything will be on time and I'll be in complete control, and it's helped me to grow and learn a lot more that way. So
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
glad it
sense.
happened.
Is he still the guy who does all your thumbnails?
No, he's
No.
not.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the guy that does all the thumbnails is in South Africa as well.
What the heck is going on in South Africa?
There's some
you,
talented people down
I
there.
guess so.
Um, so the funny story with him is
Yeah.
actually, um, I went through a part of my channel where I was doing coaching videos where I would have people send in videos, gameplays of them, and I would go through and watch them, and
Mm-hmm.
I would, educate how they could play them better and how they could get better at the game. And so the thumbnail creator now sent me a video, and I coached him in Apex. We became friends. He was actually like a 9 to 5 like graphics guy, or like he had an actual job where he went and he did like professional graphics for businesses and things
Oh,
like that.
gotcha.
He had never done like renders or video game things, or he had messed around with logos and thumbnails and things, but like professional like business logos, like it was high quality stuff. So, I mean, we became really good friends, and I just asked him, like, "Hey, would you mind trying to do a couple thumbnails for me and see how they go?" And now he's doing thumbnails for the gaming merchant who has, I don't know, 500,000 subscribers. He's done
Jeez.
Zalbrad, who has a million subscribers.
Jeez.
He's worked with literally the biggest Apex creators. Dow2, she's doing his intro to his YouTube channel, and
Ah.
then like some professional gamers. Like he's he's like the best in the game. So I'm a little lucky that you know
Well, I
we
mean,
kind of started out together.
you convinced him to do it, which is wild.
I mean, he all credit to him too because he's like educated himself and taught himself, and he takes courses, online courses to learn how to do a lot of these things because he now renders things so he can edit poses and facial
Yeah, he does all
expressions.
those 3D renders for those intro
Mm-hmm.
videos and
Yeah, like motion graphics and everything. So he's blowing up himself, which was great to see. He's a really good guy, and he's completely opposite from the first guy because he's always pretty much um, on time with everything and
right. I
has
guess
pretty good
he
communication.
he's got that good South
Yeah.
African internet, I guess.
He's had some problems with that, but I don't know. He lets me know. He
Well,
communicates pretty well.
the fucking thumbnails are ridiculous. All
Yeah.
of them. They're just ridiculous. Like I'm messing
And then
around like making some stuff that a toddler would do on MS Paint, you know what I mean? And then these things are just wild, bro.
yeah, cause I had like a version of Photoshop that one of my friends got for me. I don't know how he got it, but
Like
he
the
like shared it
school
with me.
version that was free or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I messed around with probably like, well, at the beginning I did my own thumbnails, but
Hmm.
when I was still like, trying Apex things, I did my own thumbnails, but I would find myself taking like 4 hours to do a thumbnail, and it would
Yeah.
still be pretty, average to
Hmm.
subpar with things that I'm competing with.
Yeah.
So I just thought, it's just worth more of my time to just pay
Pay someone
somebody to
else to
do
do it.
them.
Then
Hmm.
so with that in mind, do you feel like it's not worth the time to have someone else edit since you already tried that and maybe it's just like you have a bad taste in your mouth for lack of better words from the last time your last experiences or because that I mean
I think
that's a crap ton of time.
Yeah, I think I don't think I'm like big enough to actually, or ever
Be able to
was,
pay
to,
somebody,
yeah,
yeah.
because, with how much money I'm bringing in from YouTube, and I'm already paying somebody to do the thumbnails, I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have even have had somebody editing in the first place because I was, not making any money at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also think that your community, the people that subscribe to you, they think or they know what kind of video to expect
Mm-hmm.
when they click on your video, and everyone has their own personal style, and it would kind of be kind of difficult to convince. I mean, an editor can kind of see like, oh, this is kind of how he does it. I can do that kind of thing, that kind of stuff.
I can
Um,
understand that.
but no, it hasn't crossed my mind. Maybe we hit like 100K from somehow if that
There
ever
you
were
go.
to happen.
Hey, why not?
Yeah,
Why not? You just had that one video pop up to 250, right?
yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's
Which
one of
video
those
is that?
videos where it's a settings video.
What?
It's actually shout outs to my friend Juicy because
Shout out
um
Juicy.
because settings on controller are pretty popular. I mean, people want to know how, how they could set up their controller and be a better player.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like settings are pretty personal preference,
Yeah.
but a lot of the settings that videos that I would watch didn't really explain a lot of things. The ALCs are the advanced look controls. They're not explained in game really well at all. My friend Juicy pretty much showed me what his controls were and helped me to adjust them to what I liked. So then I asked Juicy, I just said, "Hey, can you kind of educate me to educate everybody else?" And he said, "Sure." So basically that guide is my settings, but how you can interpret them and adjust them based on your, how you play.
Right. So it's not just a
And
video of these are my settings. It's these are my
yeah,
settings and this is why and this is how
yeah,
for you to
like
change it for
90% of
yourself.
videos that are settings videos are just going to be like, all right, so I had this set to 95, and then this one's set to
Mm-hmm.
30,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's
Mm-hmm.
like the whole video.
Right.
So it's definitely not that. And I think it shows by how many people are pressing the thumbs up button on it and commenting. So
No kidding.
that's been my best one so far.
That's
So
pretty wild. That's great. That is pretty great. So we were talking earlier, like you're doing like a one or two videos a week. I would assume that that probably ramps up quite a lot when a new season drops.
yeah, I do try to get them. That's one thing that I have learned too is YouTube is very, very time. Like if you drop something at the right time, your odds of
Like,
blowing that video up skyrocket.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it'll get
want
scooped up and
yeah,
yeah.
if you're slow and you post something that's old news, then it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
Um, and that's like another important thing, just to be active in other communities like Twitter and see what the community is talking about, what they're frustrated with, and then you can kind of, I mean, you don't want to clickbait too hard, but you can kind of base some things around, what the community hates, and there's a
So
lot of discussion now over.
I can't help but laugh whenever you say you don't want to clickbait too hard. Whenever
Yeah, I
my
mean,
thumbnail that I have made for this is Twitch is dead.
I mean that's pretty good click. That's a good clickbait though.
I thought so.
You just you just don't want to clickbait so hard that when they are watching, they don't get anything that
Out
you're
of it.
telling them.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that their video is the best Mirage gameplay of all time, and then they get like 6 kills, and you're like, okay, I'm
And they
never gonna click on this guy's channel ever again.
and
Like,
they
he's
and they
just a
don't even
liar.
win. They don't even win.
Yeah,
They get like fourth
yeah,
place. Yeah.
right.
Greatest Mirage gameplay ever you've ever seen. Tell your friends. That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. That's more so the click. I think that there is a little bit of uh people don't quite understand what clickbait is. Like they just
Mhm.
call everything clickbait. Like anything that makes you want to click a video, they call it clickbait, which I guess technically
Right.
it would be, but it's not bad clickbait.
Yeah. No,
There's a
I think
difference
that
between the two things.
yeah, I mean, you want to get people excited for the video, or you want to get people to click. I mean, a lot of people struggle with thumbnails. Like the thumbnails and the title need to kind of tell a story so that they know exactly what their what question is being answered is what
Mm-hmm.
how I like to put it. Um, like say a certain legend has a different change, like with patch notes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they change Horizon and Apex. Maybe you bait it with saying something like Horizon is overpowered or something like that,
Right.
and then have like a picture of her or and like a question mark, just
Right.
to kind of like bait it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because you
so
can't put
yeah,
like patch notes 1-3-4 Horizon. Like people
right.
are like okay, you're gonna be explaining to me what the patch notes are.
Yeah, you have to
That's
get
great.
people excited to click on it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of one way to do it is the
Mm-hmm.
thumbnail needs to tell kind of the story, and the title needs to get people excited to click on it. And that's another thing to experiment with too, because it'll tell you what your click-through percentage is, how many impressions that YouTube throws out.
Yeah, and
It'll
then
say like,
where the
I've
clicks
shown this
come
video to
from.
100,000 people and only like 15 clicked on it. It won't do that, but
Right. Just as an
the
example.
yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine YouTube throwing that at 15,000 people and you get 5 clicks? Oof.
It
Oof.
won't even recommend it at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it that high. YouTube's like, come on, watch this thing. You know you want it. So, I think another thing that I think that a lot of people are going to want to know, because I can tell that a lot of people are asking this question now, and about every time there's a big move with big streamers to a different platform, they all start asking everyone that they know, or they just go ahead and do it. Should I move too? Should I move too? Should I move from Twitch to YouTube? Should I move from Twitch to Mixer? Lol. Um,
Mhm.
and all that and all that kind of stuff. And people have an issue with YouTube's UI and the different features that they don't quite carry
Mhm.
that Twitch does. Um, so what? And then also, there's people who are trying to just move from Twitch to YouTube just so they can get more views. Um,
Yeah.
what would be your what was your experience? I guess is a good way to say this. What was your experience from moving from Twitch to YouTube? And as a precursor or as a disclaimer, you've been making videos on your YouTube channel for years. So it wasn't
Mhm.
like you just started making YouTube videos because do you know how many subs you had when you switched from Twitch to YouTube?
It was in May. I don't know exactly how many I had, but it was probably, I would guess, in like the 7 to 8,000 subscriber range, I would say. Maybe probably around 8,000
Around 8,000
subscribers.
subs. That's quite a bit. So
Yeah.
you already had a little bit. You already had a little bit of a padding for
Yeah.
that, and that was. Would you say what was that like 5-6 months ago?
Yeah, it was in May. So
Okay,
yeah, like 4 months ago.
4 months ago. Okay.
Or yep.
So I mean, you're already having videos at 3K, 2.5K, 1.4K, and those have gone up since I'm sure in the last because you get views on old videos all the time.
Mhm.
I assume so. Um, so sorry, I was just trying to figure out what was going on in chat. So what? So just as a disclaimer for anyone else who just thinks that they can just be only streaming on Twitch and then they just go and just move to only streaming on YouTube. Obviously, that's not what we're talking about. But what was your experience with? You already had 7K subs. You were
Mm-hmm.
getting about 1,000, sometimes 2,000 on views on videos on your YouTube channel. Would you say at that time?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I mean, I was pretty, I still am working on like consistency because like some videos do really well and
Mm-hmm.
some kind of fall off a little bit, but I also think that
Well,
with
I mean, not
Apex, it
everything's
kind
gonna
of,
be bangers. You know,
yeah,
you can't throw a banger
and
out every time.
with Apex as well, I mean, it goes through periods where like there's tons of hype around it
There's
and
a
then
gaming
there's not as
cycle.
much hype.
There's
Yeah.
seasons, of course.
So why I switched personally was first off, with Twitch, you're competing with, hey, my dog showed up. He's behind me.
Hey,
But
Doge, it's the Doge.
uh, with Twitch, one thing that I do recognize is, I mean, you're competing with Imperial How, you're competing with the biggest names in the whole industry, first
Mm-hmm.
off, that are streaming, especially with Apex. I mean, like
Right.
all the big Apex streamers are on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when I in season Apex season 8, I was grinding to Predator, which is like the highest rank in Apex Legends, and on that grind, I streamed like every time I could. Ranked is really popular on Apex Twitch, so
I would imagine
I
so.
was
It's
probably
the
averaging,
most competitive gameplay that you can have.
yeah, and I
Right.
was averaging like 15 to 20 viewers. That was the best that I ever did on
It's
Twitch.
pretty solid.
Um, Throughout that, and I ended up hitting like top 300 in the world. And like earned Apex Predator Season 8. And then Season 9, I continued to stream on Twitch, but I noticed that during ranked, I really, really had to neglect my uploads and my content because you have to play. I mean, you have to play 4 or 5 hours
You
a
got to
day
grind hard.
because, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started to dedicate myself more to YouTube. My streams started going to be the 3 to 8 viewer range, maybe
Mm-hmm.
3 to 10 viewer range.
I know that feeling.
Um, People just, I guess, that were really enjoying the ranked might come in and then immediately leave.
Yeah.
So I just, I watch a lot of Harris Heller, or I did Harris Heller and Devin Nash talk a
Yep.
lot.
Me too, brother.
Um,
Religiously, every
and
video.
yeah, and so it might have been around the same time that they were discussing things a little bit, but I mean, Devin Nash recommends that the affiliate contract with Twitch is kind of garbage. It doesn't really allow you to restream or stream on multiple platforms. They take 50% or more of your, like bits are kind of a joke. I mean, they take a lot of the bit earnings. I
They
don't know
do.
why that if you want to actually support a content creator, you could just like, have a PayPal link and send them PayPal versus just paying Twitch 4 bits
You hear
to
that,
then
chat?
give to
Stop
somebody.
giving
But I
Jeffrey
mean,
Bezos
but
half my money.
but bits does, I mean, bits do some cool
Of
things on
course, of
Twitch, which
course.
is
I'm
one thing
joking.
that Twitch has.
Yes, of course, I'm
Um,
joking.
which you always had those cool things, like you spend bits or whatever, and you do like what was it, the dance and like the party time and
Yes,
everything.
party time,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that was the best. That's absolutely the best.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, I listened to that stream, and they were just talking about people starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Nash saying, what you should do really is set your own like Patreon, stream on YouTube, stream on Twitch, stream on Facebook, see what you kind of pop off on,
Put all those
and what
tentacles
you
out
kind of,
there in
yeah,
every
just
area.
reach out in every area that you can, and you can kind of set it up still to have
Mm-hmm.
like a Patreon so that you don't, I mean, you probably will get less subs than
Mm-hmm.
signing the affiliate contract, but um, you'll still be out there on multiple platforms and kind of building more of a community.
Right.
And I have had plenty of people that were my constant, 5 to 8 viewers from Twitch come over to YouTube, and they're there,
Oh,
and
that's
they
good.
are members on YouTube and constant supporters there.
That's great.
Um, my last stream on YouTube was like 5.5 hours long, and we were
Mhm.
at 20 to 35 viewers the entire time. So
Wow.
um, I would definitely say that the numbers are far better for me on YouTube, but that's because I did have that built up. I mean,
Mhm.
I had probably 600, 700 followers on Twitch when I switched over
Mhm.
to having like 8,000 subscribers. So that's like 8,000 followers that are
Right.
receiving
That's 7
notifications
times
that
the
I'm
amount.
live.
Yeah.
So that was my kind of big decision on why, because I've seen so much more success on YouTube.
Mhm.
So I'm going to stream on YouTube and
Mhm.
see what happens. Yes, like the UI is worse. I personally, I enjoy, Twitch is much easier to watch a stream on.
A stream,
Um,
yes.
and people, when they get on YouTube, a lot of the time, they get on there thinking, I'm going to watch this polished, beautiful edited video. So
Yes.
then you kind of have to convince them to watch a live stream
Mhm.
instead.
Right.
People might get on Twitch too and think, hey, I'm gonna go find a creator that, is very, entertaining, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna, give them a donation, or I'm gonna subscribe.
Mhm.
Um, and on YouTube, people probably get on there and they're like, hey, I'm on YouTube. I don't pay money on this site.
Yep.
So it might be a little bit
Yep.
more difficult to get
Yeah, it's
memberships,
a totally
bits, that
different
kind of thing.
culture on
Hmm.
YouTube than there is on Twitch. Totally different.
Yes.
100%.
Hmm. But I will say one thing that I do absolutely love way more on YouTube
Mhm.
than Twitch is the ads. I
Yes.
have
That was
my
definitely something I
streams.
was about to bring up, so thank you. Go ahead.
I have my streams not monetized, so that every time somebody clicks on the stream, there is never an ad while you're in my stream,
Hear that, chat?
ever. Now, if I have the video maybe like a day later or something, and you're reviewing it, it sometimes I have gone back and like monetized if people go back and watch,
Mhm.
just like, but you can choose too how it's monetized, whether
Mhm.
you want an ad to pop up at the bottom of the screen
Yeah.
where you can just X out, or a skippable ad, that
Which
kind
is
of thing. You can
pretty great
customize those.
that they give you that sort of way to decide how you want or if you want to monetize your video, which is pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Because me as a viewer, I notice that I click on Twitch streams all the time, and I might have literally like 5 minutes that I want to watch like
Mhm.
Twitch, just while, I don't know, my wife goes upstairs to like change the baby's
Mhm.
diaper or something.
Yeah, right, right, right.
And
You just want to
I'll
pop
click
in
on
real
this,
quick and see,
yeah,
hey,
I'll
what's
click
Titan
on,
doing right now? Or
yeah, I'll click on
yeah,
the stream, and then an ad will pop up,
you're
and
like,
then I'll just be
fuck.
like, yeah, I'm not watching the stream.
Yeah,
I'll
forget it.
literally just exit out. A
Yep.
lot of the times, I just don't want to sit there for a minute long and
Or
do
more.
that.
Or
Yeah.
more. Um,
So.
Another thing though is that if people who do have their stuff monetized for the live streams or whatever, and if you did get an ad, it pauses it. If it was like a full video ad, and then after like 3 seconds or so, you can skip it,
Oh,
right?
and YouTube?
Yeah, on
Y
YouTube, right?
I didn't know that. Like, so, 'cause, I mean, you miss out on things on Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't know,
No,
yeah, I
you
didn't
get
know
that
that about
little
YouTube.
square up there at the top corner. You don't miss anything. So on
Oh,
Twitch
yeah, the
now,
tiny
yeah,
little,
they
yeah,
move the
where you,
little square and you're fine. You're
yeah.
good
Okay,
if you're watching on
exactly.
computer, I guess. But
Yeah.
no, like that's I think the way that YouTube works with um how you can pause a live stream, because recently since Lupo and well, I've been watching live streams on YouTube for a while, but it's been other forms of content. But whenever they do live streams, I always have an earbud in while I'm at work because I work in a warehouse, so I'm just doing stupid things I don't have to use my brain
Mhm.
for. So I'm just always listening to stuff. And the fact that if someone walks up to me and I need to be able to hear them, I can click pause on my earbud and then have the conversation. They walk away. I unpause. I'm on the exact same spot that I was. I didn't miss
Yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
but even if you tried to do that with the Twitch app, you can't do that on your phone. You can't pause it with your earbud. It doesn't it's not compatible. There's no way
Yeah.
for you to do it. And it's very annoying,
Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah.
which
Yep.
is great. Great stuff. So, it's harder to get your community to monetize your channel to you on YouTube. But
Yeah, it's
what?
harder to get a YouTube partner, which is basically affiliate slash I mean, partner on YouTube's a little different than partner on Twitch,
Mhm.
but with partner on YouTube, I do know that you receive 70% of the monetization. I don't know what Twitch is. It might be like 50, or might depend if you're a partner or an affiliate. But when you get somebody subscribes to you on Twitch,
Mhm.
they spend $5. They get, Twitch gets what, like 250 or
Yeah.
more of that maybe?
Yep.
Well, with YouTube you get 70%. They get
Right.
30%, which is definitely
For
nice.
for members on YouTube.
For members, yep. And then you can also customize how much memberships are on
Yes,
YouTube,
which is
which I do
awesome.
like.
You can have $1
So
on there, right?
yeah, so my lowest member, the Bear Cub, is 99 cents. And
That's
then I
great.
have one that is like 2.99, and then I have one that's like $5.
And you get
Um,
70% from each tier. So even the
you
99-cent one, you get 70% of that.
yes, you get
Oh, that's
yep.
cool.
And they show you like in analytics too. Like you can see like how much you're making monthly from your memberships, how much you're making on average from your uploads. Um,
And
so I
it
don't,
breaks down
I,
your ad revenue as well, yeah? So
yeah,
would you say the money that you make more on ads maybe compensates for that lack of monetization from your community? Do you think that that
yeah.
compensates for
Well,
that?
I, the memberships are definitely, still coming along. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I probably could do a better job. Um, I mean, really like advertising
Yep.
those. I don't really tell people
Become
to
a
even
member
do
on
that a lot of
Grizzly.
times. But I mean, a lot of people don't even know that that's an option. It says join next to the subscribe button, and that's how you become a member. Um, I just recently added something too, that I realized you could do is
Mm-hmm.
on your YouTube banner, you can put links
I saw that.
on your YouTube banner,
I saw that
and
on your
I
thing right there.
added it say like click to become a
A member.
member,
Yep.
like here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's just a thought. But yeah, ads are 99% of the revenue being made from that. I'm not like huge on members, but
Yeah, right.
you do get a decent amount of emotes and sub badges, things like that, versus being an affiliate on Twitch. Because I think I can have like 8 emotes and like 6 sub badges or something like that,
That's
and
pretty
I can
cool.
only have 5 as
Mm-hmm.
an affiliate.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So one thing that I would like to suggest to you, which is something that my wife Psycho has turned me on to, is this there's this app or this service called Linktree. Have you ever heard of that
Hmm.
before?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just started getting that all set. Oh yeah, I see that. It's right there. Son of a bitch with all your socials. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I
There
have
you
that on
go.
my Twitter, but I
Very
probably could
nice.
put it on
You've got
other
it in your
places as
YouTube
well.
video too. Got it right there.
Okay.
Okay. So just something that people had just started saying in chat, which I totally agree with, and I'm sure you do too. But Sephiroth says, Silver, what you need to ask yourself is it harder to fix a chat feature on YouTube, or is it harder to fix a whole website for streaming?
Yeah, that's because I watched another video of Harris Heller talking
Mm-hmm.
recently
Yep.
about this whole situation about them
Me
moving over.
too.
And yeah, I mean, he's saying that it's way easier to fix the UI, to fix the quality of the stream on YouTube, how it looks, versus making a whole entire platform and building an entire community. Because YouTube's much larger than Twitch. It's been around a lot
I think it's
longer.
7-1,
Um,
or is it more than
oh,
that? I
really?
think it's 20-1
Okay. So,
for
I
user
mean,
for for
much, much
for
bigger
YouTube.
than,
I think it
yeah.
might be more
So, I
than
mean,
that. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, just we hear it all the time that you need to make content on other platforms other than Twitch to have success on Twitch. You can't just click live stream from the very beginning and then just just blow up from just
Of course.
sitting there streaming.
What? Are you
You
serious?
YouTube, what's cool too is you'll start a stream, you'll have somebody come into your stream for the first time ever, subscribe to the channel, like follow,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next time you post a video, they're probably watching your video that's on that same exact platform. So it's like on Twitch, what happens? You get a random follow, and
Mm-hmm.
then that person might not ever remember you again.
Mm-hmm.
You
True.
might show up on that list of follows every now and then, but be, at the very, very bottom when
Yep.
he has, I was gonna say Tim the Tap Man, but Nick Merck's up top and
Right, yeah.
whoever.
Nick Merckx, that son of a bitch up there, like, what, 60, 70K every fucking day? My
Yeah.
God. Fucking,
But
with a
I heard there's
fucking,
rumors
with
about
a camera like this, too.
yeah, right. Playing Apex just
Right.
like this.
Let's go, man!
No, I thought there was rumor that he might be going to YouTube. I don't know if that's
People are
legit or not.
rumoring everything. So this is what happened with Ninja and Shrub whenever they went for Mixer too. There's a
Oh
couple
yeah.
more questions that people want to ask you too.
Hmm.
Canadian Gamer is asking if you feel like streaming on YouTube is better overall, and then also, what's a good way to be promoting your YouTube streams?
Okay, those are good questions. Um, is it better streaming on YouTube? There's more. It's a little more difficult to start out. Like it's kind of a pain in the
Would you
butt
say
at
that
first
there's
because
probably a learning curve from unlearning Twitch to learn YouTube streaming?
a tad bit. You
Mm-hmm.
have to like have a thumbnail, but a lot of times I do use similar thumbnails, or
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to make a brand new thumbnail every single
Yeah,
time.
for your live
You have
streams, yeah, no, they don't need to be
to
unique for
yeah,
everyone.
you have to make a description which you type up, but what happens is that it'll just copy the one you had from the past stream. So generally, I just kind of keep it with like a lot of my socials and like, hey, thanks, welcome into the stream, just like something short and
It's
simple,
all you
nothing
really
too
need.
complicated.
I mean,
Yeah,
today I'm going to be playing Apex Legends. I'm going to try to win.
yeah,
I don't really know what. I'll also be
yeah,
juggling pins, bowling pins today, maybe. Who knows?
right. Twitch is much more streamlined at just clicking go live and
Mhm.
streaming on it. OBS
And
and
then,
stream labels and labs are a lot easier for that.
yeah, and then that shows that how easy it is to stream on Twitch whenever you go and you look at the categories and you've got 10 to 20,000 people ahead of you in the category on Warzone. And then
Right,
YouTube,
yeah.
there's not, I don't think that there's nearly as many people who stream on YouTube, like at
Yeah,
all.
I mean, I definitely think that that's probably one of the biggest things as well is um it might get more competitive in the
Hmm.
future, which
I think it's going to, for
maybe our
sure.
my streams are gonna suck then. Nick Merck's gonna
Well,
come to YouTube. He's start
well,
streaming Apex, take
hey,
all my
man.
viewers.
A rising tide raises all ships, my guy. I think that the more I think, okay, so I think this is a good segue. First of all, Canadian Gamer, when you mean by promoting your YouTube streams, are you meaning that you're currently streaming somewhere else and you want people to move over to YouTube to watch you over there, or do you just mean in general? Because just in general, you got Twitter and all the other social medias for that kind of stuff, but are you talking about moving people over from a different streaming platform to YouTube? But one question I did want to ask you, so I'm glad you said that about Nick Merckx, is how do you feel? Because I know I saw a bunch of stuff whenever people moved to Mixer, but how do you feel as a content creator who's been here for a couple of months now and seeing these other big streamers moving over? And Dr. Lupo, he does stream Apex Legends as well. So, as being a fellow Apex Legends streamer, how do you feel about Dr. Lupo moving over to YouTube gaming?
I think it's great because I mean, it just shows that the platform itself is growing and evolving, and that they're putting an investment in, and they want to kind of take over at that point. I know Lupo, and I mean, they're not signing just small people. Courage and what is it, Ray or I forget,
Valkyrie,
Valkyrie. Yeah,
Valkyrie,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they got them, pretty
Last
early
year,
on, but
yeah.
now it's showing that they're still continuing
Mm-hmm.
to, put in, different things and changes. There's definitely some things that need to be worked on. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can't even raid somebody on. You might be able to send viewers. I'm not entirely sure.
I
I don't
think
think
just
you
a
can raid
link.
people.
I think all you can do
Yeah.
is just drop the link in the chat. I think that's about it, at least for now.
But I do know that since I have started streaming in like the 4 months time I've been streaming, they have added polls, which is cool. I mean, it's just something little, but you
Mm-hmm.
can just like ask the people in chat, like, "Hey, should I play this legend this game or this legend?" And then you just run the poll, and then they get to be interactive
Yeah, some good
and do that. It's
interaction.
just something little, but they are changing, and updating the site. Like you said, they have to work on the UI, like the UI, how things look out.
I think people's biggest
But
issue
that's
is
something
the
that's
chat window and how it's integrated into the screen.
yeah, because doesn't
If
it
you're
like
full
take up
screen.
half the screen on your phone
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Because while I'm
Or it's
watching on my
underneath if you're watching
phone,
it horizontal instead of landscaped. It's at the bottom.
yeah,
But
when I watch landscape on my phone, I have to like if I want to say something, I'll type it and then I'll have to send it to the side and kind of wait
hmm
and watch and see if they say anything, and then I'll kind of like swipe it back over if I want to say something again. But yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of a pain in the butt. So,
Yeah, which I'm
uh,
assuming that they've heard the cries of people, and I'm sure that YouTube, Google will come up with a solution for that at some point.
yeah, but the answer to that question is kind of similar to seeing Nick Merckx on Apex, seeing Ninja on Apex.
hmm
Like more people watching Lupo on YouTube, like more people going to the site to watch a stream, more people going to Nick Merckx's channel to watch Apex brings more players to that game, more eyes, to Apex Legends and to YouTube, which
Which
maybe they go watch a Dr. Lupo stream play Apex, and then after they're done watching the stream, maybe in their recommended it says my guide that shows you how to play on controller, and then they
mhm.
click and they watch my video, they subscribe, and they see me live next time, and they come and become like a member of my community. So
Yeah.
more great people on YouTube. I welcome it. I'm excited for it. I'm happy that they're making moves and that they're not losing people. This is definitely a step in the right direction. And I think that it's not like Twitch is dead. Twitch isn't dead, but
What are
I
you
think
talking about? I
that
have a thumbnail and everything. It's right there.
yeah, I, yeah, Twitch is definitely not dead. I
No,
definitely
definitely not.
like watching I definitely like watching Twitch still. It's just they have a big problem on their hands and they have the whole DCMA issues with music and everything.
Which they're
Um
not taking care of at all.
yeah, I haven't really seen what's going on with that.
And
So
people are still
that
playing
is one
copyrighted
thing
music.
that yeah, they are. Which I have said like while I'm just playing Apex to my friends, I'm like, man, one thing that I do, if I miss one thing from streaming on Twitch, is just being able to listen to whatever I
Just
want. Because when
jamming.
I'm playing on YouTube, I'm just listening to the stream beats, non-copyrighted music,
Yup.
just
That's like, Harris, you're
same.
great, but you're not that great.
Yeah, like Harris, you're great, but you're not, the electric slide while I want to do it, like while I'm
Right.
waiting for my next game or something.
Right.
You're not a legendary song, so.
All right. So, what would be a recommendation you would give to people who would be trying to move people from their Twitch stream to their YouTube stream?
So I would say that posting content on YouTube, in addition to just streaming on YouTube, it's kind of interesting too that there's some people I'm in Optimal Ambition, that's the organization that I'm wearing the hat. But
Ah, nice.
yeah, um, there's
So, I'm
actually two
sorry. Is
YouTube
that
streamers on
so?
there.
What kind of org would that be? Like, would you call
So
it like?
they started out in Fortnite, like
Mhm.
competitive Fortnite. They're trying to branch out into Apex Legends and some other things. I believe they want to get an Apex competitive team as well, but I'm an Apex content creator. They have a bunch of content creators. They've kind of blown up on like this Fortnite scene and wanting to switch to other games.
It's a
So we
good
have
call.
some other Apex guys. We have three. Apex YouTube people,
hmm
and the other two actually don't really post as much like uploads.
hmm
They're kind of like strictly streams. So
Live
I would
streams.
have to ask them and see how they kind of built up their community. I feel like they've been doing it probably since Apex came out. They kind of grew their community because
hmm
they just streamed on YouTube when nobody was streaming Apex on YouTube.
So, are they a
And they're at like
predominant? So, they're a YouTube org then?
no, no.
Oh,
Optimal
okay.
Ambition has a lot of Twitch
Oh,
partners,
okay. Okay. Okay.
especially Fortnite players
Okay.
and pros that are Twitch partners. Yeah. Um, but we have like two guys that are like 25,000 and 30 something thousand subscribers on YouTube, but they pretty much only stream on YouTube.
But they've been at it for a
But
long time.
yeah, I think they've been at it for quite a while. But yeah, I would just say to post content on other platforms. I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but post things on YouTube, have interactive streams, and things to get people into your stream, not just I'm gonna sit here and play Apex Legends. Start your stream with creative things like tier lists or opinions or things that get people talking. A lot of times you can start it off with something that could be very get people pissed off. Like tap strafing was recently removed from Apex Legends. That's something you could like make in your title or your Twitter post and get people to click in to want to talk to you about it. Just like if you started a stream and your title was Star Wars is the worst series, of all time or something,
Dude,
you might get people to
that
click
would
on
get
that
people
link to
in
say
there,
like, I
bro.
gotta talk to this guy. Like I gotta talk to him today.
You fucking son of a
Um,
bitch. You just insulted me.
yeah, there he is.
You're gonna
He's got
start
his lightsaber.
fights. You're gonna start
No,
fights.
I like Star Wars.
Oh,
I'm
I
just saying,
know.
if you
I know.
get something
That's
very
what you call clickbait, baby.
people are very opinionated on, yeah, just being creative and doing unique things to get people to check out, click on your Twitter post that you're live, um, and I kind of gave a warning, like a month warning to
Hmm.
my um, Twitch people. Like my stream titles would be
Moving to
switching to
YouTube.
YouTube
Yep.
in 1 week or something like that. First stream May 17th, something like that. So that's kind of what I would recommend: posting on YouTube, posting on other platforms, making your streams not just be something
Turn on the
basic or
game. Turn on OBS.
yeah,
Get into a game and just grab your
something
controller.
creative, unique. Yeah, it's gonna bring people in and want to chat to you. So
Yeah. I mean, because the same thing. Because I'm sorry, but there's gonna be thousands upon thousands of people doing that exact same thing. Is just turning on Apex or turning on whatever game,
hmm
turning on your stream, and then just playing the game, and then looking over a chat every couple of minutes to see if
right,
anyone said
yep,
anything. It's just
yep,
it. You used to be able to do that back when Justin TV. You could get away with that, and you could probably be Tim the Tatman now, but you can't do that shit anymore. That's
yeah,
just not possible. Not possible.
yeah. I mean, I'm still working on streaming myself. I've always said to myself, I would way rather be a big YouTuber than a big streamer. YouTube people watch while you're not even, you're done with that project. That video that I had that's doing great is
Mhm.
3 months old, and I haven't touched it in 3 months. So
That's
that's like
yeah.
the
I mean, what would you do
nicest
with it?
part about, yeah. So
That's crazy. It's called evergreen content. You can forever
yeah,
make money off of it, which is wild. And not only just money, but you can forever gain community members with your content. Because once you're done with your stream on
hmm
Twitch, no one's gonna go watch some random dude's VOD.
yeah,
Like, that's not gonna
and that's what
happen. You
that's
can
what their
barely get them to
problem
watch your
is,
live
that
stream.
yeah, that's their problem on Twitch. They don't have stories, they don't have shorts, they don't
Oh,
have
yeah, shorts. Are you making shorts as well on
I
YouTube or
made
on your channel?
shorts. I made shorts for I probably made like 5 or 6 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I did notice, I mean, I also watched another YouTube like professional people talk about, I forget what their name was, but
It's fine.
um they were talking about shorts and to be wary about them, just like with premieres. Like they don't recommend doing premieres, at least what I took away from
Hmm.
them. You know how you say you have a video coming out and you're like, hey everybody, check this out, premiere at 8 p.m. Eastern. um Apparently that's not the best way to do
Mm.
something with an upload. But with shorts, I did know that it would say that my average view duration for like the past 28 days was plummeting. It's usually around like 4 to 5 minutes of people watching the content. And then when I was doing shorts, it would say my average view duration would be like a minute and
Oh.
45 seconds. Um, I felt like I had some videos in that time frame that still did pretty well, but
So
it
that
seemed a little
screws your
bit more
analytics.
difficult. Yeah, I felt like it was a little more difficult to hit that big a logarithm or algorithm home run, because sometimes you'll randomly have a video that is at like 2,000 views and you're like, okay, this is doing pretty solid. I'm happy with what's going on. And then you'll go to sleep and you'll wake up and it's at like 18,000 and you're like, okay, they just like threw it just really hit the
Yeah.
algorithm right. I felt like it was much more difficult to get that to happen when I was posting shorts. But I'm not saying that I think that shorts are great for probably smaller creators. Like if you're new
Mm-hmm.
to YouTube, do
Mm-hmm.
shorts. If you're trying to grow, because I was getting subscribers from shorts and I was getting a lot of views. I feel like views are a lot easier to get on shorts. They
Definitely.
were, a minute long and they were getting 6 to 10,000 potential views that were it only took like 30 minutes of work
Mm-hmm.
because it's only a minute long.
Yeah, because
So,
I've got some shorts on mine, and I've got 156 subscribers on my channel, and I've got a couple that are 833 views, 726 views,
yeah.
122 views, 1.5k, and
So,
I can never get
yeah.
that with a video. 2k for another one.
Yeah, so that would probably be going back to that last question about how you should transition as well is
Promote your
like if
channel.
you're a brand new YouTube channel, capitalize on the shorts. I know they want to push shorts. Um, just me personally, when you have like I could go back and try it out, but it did seem a little bit more difficult to kind of hit
Maybe
that
the best thing for
take
you to
home
do is to
run.
make a separate channel for your shorts.
Yeah, that's what somebody's told me, but I don't
But
know.
that's a lot to get into that you already have enough shit to do already.
Yeah, I post on TikTok here and there. I think
Mm.
I don't understand that site at all because I'll spend like 8 minutes on like a clip and I'm like, this isn't very good, and I'll post it and it'll get like 8,000 views or something.
Same.
And
The
then I'll
same.
like work like 2 hours on something and I'll post it and like
50.
39 people will watch it. And I'm like, what the? I was like, this is great stuff. And I'll
Same,
post the
bro.
same thing that was like a YouTube short or an Instagram reel,
Mhm.
and on Instagram it'll get like 18,000 views in like
Woo.
literally like an hour, and it'll blow up, and it's like tons of likes. Post it on TikTok and it's like 39 views.
Yep.
Like
You
what? What
you,
just
mi-
happened?
you missed the boat that day.
Yeah.
The boat was full,
So
bro. Sorry.
yeah, I don't totally understand that,
It's
but
weird
my yeah, I give up a lot of sleep. I've gained a lot of weight from doing all this,
because
so
you're too busy to
um
actually eat real food. You have to cram whatever shit you can find, right?
my wife makes decent food, but
Mm. Or because you're
I'm I
sitting
s-
down editing
yeah,
videos.
I'm up way too late and don't sleep enough. My schedule's typically work at like 8 or 9 in the morning, work till like 4:30 or 5 to 5:30, get home, hang out with the wife and the baby from like, 6 till 9:30, get on the stream from like 9:30 to like 2 and or like edit and then go to sleep from like 2:30 to like 7 and
Yeah.
then go to work and do
Yeah.
it all again.
About
And I'm just like
about
kind of
4 to 5 hours
dead.
of sleep,
Yeah.
roughly. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because one of my coworkers at work,
Mm.
her husband started getting into Apex, and he said something about Tim the Tatman moving over to YouTube, and I told his wife, she's younger, she's like 25. I was like, I sent a text of my YouTube channel and showed her, and she said, my husband saw you were live streaming for 5.5 hours last night. I guess that's why you were so tired today at work.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, so
Whoopsie
it's funny.
doos. Um.
But
Yeah.
my probably biggest problem that I have too with everything is
Mm-hmm.
like just bouncing IRL stuff and the keeping the wife happy.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that happened was one of my TikToks that did go off for like 10 or 20,000 views, I don't remember what it
Mm-hmm.
was actually recommended to one of my wife's best friends who's a
Yeah.
nurse and she doesn't play any video games. I
It,
have no idea how
because
my thing
it's
got
because they know how
recommended.
people are linked. Like especially with somehow they also will know general areas. So like my wife has noticed that she will see TikToks and other people will see hers based on geographical location.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Hi, how? I mean, no idea, but
Yeah.
they do.
I was so nervous that the video was gonna be something embarrassing because sometimes
Yeah.
on stream, I mean, I'm pretty chill like
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time, but sometimes on stream I get real weird, do some dance moves. I don't know,
I don't know
get
anything
a
about
little
that
loud,
stuff. I don't know anything about that.
and I was like kind of worried it was gonna be something like that. Literally,
Yeah.
the whole video was just like, guys, if you want to learn how to do this technique, all you have to do is press this button and press this button, and guys, you got it. It's easy. And then
Boom.
that was literally it. And my wife was just like, I'm so embarrassed
You're
by
such a
you, like
fucking
that you.
nerd.
Yeah, she doesn't like that I do this at all.
Oh, that was gonna be my next
Yeah,
question.
mm-mm, she hates it. She's
Ouch.
34. Thinks that video games are a waste of time, and yeah, that's a battle all the time. So
Oh no.
I try to tell her that I enjoy all this because um I mean, first off, I was a competitor. I played football like my whole life, so I let video games get those competitive juices flowing. But then, once school ended, once football ended, my like creative side, getting in and editing a video and posting a video is just like super exciting for me. When I like make a video that I really like and I'm excited to post, like, I get super happy about that. So that's just, like, something I love doing, and I just try to tell her, it's just so much fun for me to go in and edit videos and make things funny and, change soundtracks and things like that. Like, that's just fun for me to go downstairs and I pretty much only do all this stuff while they're either sleeping or she's away or the
Mm-hmm.
babies are gone. So
Right.
whenever I get the chance, I'm literally like in a doctor's waiting room by myself with my phone, like typing out, you know, what my
Your
script's
script.
gonna be for when I get home and they go to sleep and that
That's
sort of
rough.
stuff. Yeah.
That sounds kind of rough. So have you? I guess the conversation of. Okay. So I guess here's a better question to ask first. What is this? What you're doing in the time that you're investing? Is this all purely for fun, or do you have higher hopes to maybe be doing content creation full time?
So I went to school for 7 years and got my doctorate. So I think that if I did not use that, then all that money that I spent for student loans, because I pay a lot of student loans, um, would never hear the end of the world
Oh
if
my
I
god.
let my because I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I'm a director of rehab. I manage like 6 other therapists and like PRN staff. So and all of our residents who are getting therapy, their hours and things like that. And I also like treat people that are injured at my rehab center.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like my full-time job. I do enjoy it. Do I enjoy it as much as YouTube and content creation? Not at all. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
like I do enjoy it as a regular, day job, but if I was making what I make there, putting the hours that I do in, I would want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the all-time greatest like what the perfect scenario for me would be doing this full time,
Mm-hmm.
but then still keeping my doctorate of PT and working maybe part time, like kind of like swapping roles. Right now, I do this, 20, 30 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
and I work 40, 40, 50 hours a week at my normal job.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe switching that, doing like 40 hours a week YouTube, maybe like 10 to 15 therapy,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
just
right,
to
right.
kinda keep making money that way and keep my wife happy that way.
Yeah.
But
Like, don't worry,
that would
baby,
be
I'm
the
still
all
using
time.
it. Still
Yeah,
using it.
and I have thought too, like, maybe if I, because I can, like, see what, revenue I make sorta now, and I kinda think, like, "Well, what if I doubled what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing instead of 1 day a week?
Mm-hmm.
What if I was posting, like, 2 or 3 times a week? Like, would my revenue and everything um, and I just can't do that with the time that I'm kind of allotted right now. So I kind of think about it and wonder what it could be like if I, was younger or single. But
Right. You
yeah,
had less
I'm
responsibilities.
enjoying things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think about that every day. on like on like what could be possible, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then and then also like whenever you see people, like mostly what I think about it is whenever I see people complain about how they don't have time to do anything. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I only have time to live stream. I don't have time to edit video. I'm like, motherfucker.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
single 18-year-old who just has a
Yep.
full-time job. Oh, I'm just gonna go out and I go out on the weekends, go drink. It's like, okay, well then that's what your decision is. That's what you've
Yeah.
decided to put all your extra time into is
Hmm.
extracurricular activities instead of pursuing something that you say is what you'd want to do, but
Right.
you
Yeah,
don't
I
live
always
it.
told people that when I was in PT school that I was doing it, playing it on hard mode because I had like 3 jobs and yeah, and like
Jeez.
managing a girlfriend at the time and things. So
Right.
some people just live at, you live at home and your mom makes you dinner at night and
Sounds great.
you go to school.
Yeah. Easy
So
mode
you have
engaged.
time.
Easy mode engaged. True, true. There was another question about the so like the dashboard view. Um, I assume that there is a dashboard view for YouTube. I guess that's a
Hmm.
question that was in chat. Okay.
Yeah, dashboard is like the YouTube studio, like
Mm-hmm.
seeing all your analytics and everything. You can see monetization and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then
Hmm.
I believe what they're talking about is also their chat and stuff while they live stream. I believe is what they're
Yeah,
asking
so
about.
that's kind of a pain in the butt. One of the parts that I said,
Mm.
it's easier to go on YouTube or on Twitch and just click live stream and boom, go. In order for me to see my chat in OBS, what I have to do is I have to go to YouTube through I open up Google Chrome,
Mm.
um, because you have to like go through Chrome and you have to click go live, and then you just click on your chat. Like there's like three little
Three little
dots.
dots.
Yeah, and you click pop out chat and you copy that link, and then you go into your OBS and you go to docs and you make a custom browser doc,
Yeah.
and then you just paste that link, and then it'll just have that stream of all the chat, and you can just kind of drag it and post it wherever you want on
You,
your little OBS.
you have to do that every time, or you just have to do that at one time.
Every single time. Yep, every single
Woo!
time I go
What
live.
the
Yeah.
hell? That makes
It
no
don't,
sense to me.
yeah, it only takes I mean, it takes 30 seconds.
Have
But
you?
then I
I
also have
think.
this
I
like
think.
scene.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have this scene that where chat can see chat like while I'm in an intermission.
Right. Right.
So I
Right.
have to do it there every time as well.
Nah. So
So
for every scene
yeah,
that
for
you
every
wanted to have it
scene
in too.
that I want chat to be in, and then also at just one time as a custom doc.
That's wild. Um, would you? Do you know if there's any sort of? I believe that Streamlabs, if you're familiar with Streamlabs, that they
Hmm.
have integration features with YouTube, especially because they also offer with their Prime service, you can multi-stream. So they have an integration where if you pay for their Prime service, which is $20 a month, so that's just something I'm going to be doing soon. But you can multi-stream to 3 platforms at the same time, and they integrate all of the chats into one chat box as well.
Oh wow, that's really awesome. Yeah, I didn't
Yes,
know about that.
yeah, that's
That's
something
cool.
I just looked into yesterday before stream, and I'll have to be looking into that too because what my goal that I've been working towards is trying to move all of my normal usual people onto YouTube, watching my videos, making sure they're subscribed, and then eventually
Hmm.
I plan on moving to streaming on YouTube, but then also on Facebook and I can't figure out
Trovo maybe.
maybe Trovo, maybe still just doing Twitch. I don't know. At least maybe for like the first week that I'm doing them, and then just
Hmm.
switching to some other. I don't know. Yeah, but definitely that's my plan for the future for sure. And everyone
Yeah,
in chat that's been by, they already know that because I've been yelling at them to subscribe to my
yeah.
YouTube channel.
So you've been working on it for a while. Yep.
Yeah, months. I've been trying to build towards it, and then also still considering what it is that I want to do, and just I feel like that's definitely the best route to take because it just makes sense. Like you were talking about Harris Heller from Alpha Gaming and talking about how for him it made sense because then everything, all the content you make is all in one spot and you don't need
Hmm.
people to go anywhere else, which is the hardest part about gaining
Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, is just having everything in one location to not have to.
Hmm.
Oh, I like watching Twitch live streams, and now this guy wants me to go over to his YouTube to watch his dumb videos. So all the culture is there and all together on YouTube, knowing what that is all about, and you don't have to bring people in from anywhere else. They're all already
Yeah.
there.
And YouTube will even be, you know, having all your content in one place too. If you're not live, people might say, "I'm gonna check YouTube, see if Silver's live,"
Mm-hmm.
and then they click and they're like, "Oh, okay, he's not live right now, but he posted a video I haven't seen a week ago. I'm gonna watch this video." So,
Yep,
it all works together, and
definitely,
that's really what Twitch is really missing from everything.
100%.
And yeah, so
And then I think
Harris Heller, thank you.
Harris Heller, thanks. Shout out to Harris Heller. Shout out to that
Maybe we'll
guy.
get him on the next podcast. We'll
On
get
the
Harrison.
next one. I'll start working on that. Um, oh shit. My brain just stopped working. I had a question for you, but I forgot it. Or a
Good, you good?
statement. Maybe it was a statement. No, I can't remember. It hurts. It's sad. It brings
Yeah, I would
sadness.
say, I mean, the main, I guess, takeaways from this would be obviously just switching right over, starting brand new, fresh onto YouTube.
Mm.
I don't think that you're just going to be like, oh, wow, now I have 10 viewers on average on YouTube when I had one on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that's how
Mm-hmm.
it's going to work for anybody. But
Mm-hmm.
like we said, making shorts a priority, since you get way more eyes on them. And like I did say, I was gaining a decent amount of subscribers from shorts. So, getting people to follow and subscribe is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're a new channel, capitalize on those shorts, and they definitely want to push those, because like it's a brand
It's
new
new.
feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, and then since you're, actively posting shorts, make sure you're posting actual regular uploads as well. Do unique things that, other people aren't just, other people are just going to be playing video games. Make sure that you're, always talking to chat, being funny, like
Mm-hmm.
Silver always is funny. So, uh,
Not
but
always.
I think that YouTube's going to continue to work on their UI. They're going to continue to add more things. Hopefully, like rating other streamers. Um,
They're pretty dope.
and then yeah, I mean, there's a bright future for YouTube. They're going to sign Nick Merckx. Just kidding. Who knows?
I'm curious on if it's gonna be Summit 1G because apparently you watched the last Devin Nash video that he said that his contract came up
Who
the
was it?
same time. Summit 1G, his contract's
Oh,
up as well,
really?
and he
Wow.
has the same agency that Lupo does. They're
Oh,
they're in
okay.
the same agency, so that's why he's
Rocky,
speculating towards that.
Rocky Rodriguez in chat says,
Mhm.
"Yo, Silver has a sick beard."
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
During
And
last night,
mustache.
no, thank you. During last night's stream, I was forced to go measure it.
Okay, what's the length?
It was about 8 to 9 inches.
I didn't think I was gonna be asking what the length was
That's
on
right. That's what she
on
said.
stream tonight.
Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised what comes out of your mouth whenever you're talking to me on live. On live, dude.
He says,
It's
and you
pretty
got the icy fade.
wild. That's right, dude. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out Silver well, on his YouTube channel.
Coming to YouTube,
All right?
baby.
He's going to YouTube.
YouTube.com/Silver Studios TV because that's all I could get.
Silver
Dicks.
Studios TV.
Make me put a TV in there on YouTube. Okay. So I think one of the final things, one of the big issues that people have, they talk about almost the most. Okay, sorry, Psycho reminded me 9 to 10. How could you get that wrong? Sorry, babe. That's my wife. Everybody just
9 to 10.
9 to
What?
10 inches. How could you get that wrong? That was a measurement for my beard, not my dick.
Oh.
Not that.
Well, your wife's reminding you
Not
of
even
that
close.
one, so.
Yeah. But the thing that people complain about the most, I feel like, is the browser page on Twitch. They're like, there's no browser page on YouTube and it doesn't work right. But I feel that the recommended and the algorithm works far better, even with live streams on YouTube, than it ever would with a browser page on Twitch, because you're still going to be at the bottom on Twitch no matter what.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about that specifically?
About like finding a stream on YouTube
Yeah.
still?
Do you find yourself using YouTube more often now, since now you're live streaming on YouTube and that's
Yeah,
where everything's at?
I definitely
So-
watch some more streams on YouTube
So
since I'm doing that.
are you being recommended any streams for people who you don't already subscribe to?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it
Yes.
seems like it's
But
similar
that
to
does seem
Apex and stuff that you're
yeah,
interested in.
definitely Apex, yeah. Um, I definitely think that, like you said, I mean, just the way that their program works and knows what you like, they will recommend those
Mhm.
streams. But I don't know if people I mean, some people have come into chat and say, "Hey, I was just scrolling like Apex Legends." I don't know where you would go to just look for live streams on YouTube, honestly.
No, you don't. There's
Is there
actually
a spot to just
there is a tab. You can scroll down, click gaming, and then you can click on the game, and then it won't only just show you it won't only just show you live streams, but it also shows you like actual videos of people
Okay.
for that game.
Yeah, I've never done that, but I have been recommended people that are live streaming, like
Mhm.
Courage. I don't think I subbed to Courage, but like his thing just popped up that he was live and playing one day, and
Yeah,
I like
they're
clicked
definitely
on it.
pushing the big signed people
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Um,
But like I went there and I click Apex Legends, but I think the biggest issue is that on mobile it doesn't really work very well. On desktop, I think it works great, and
mhm.
I don't see an issue with it at all. But on mobile, however, I think is where it kind of lacks a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of experience. I'm still watching a lot of streams on Twitch, even though I'm
Mm,
streaming on YouTube.
mm.
But when they're
It's your roots.
recommended to me, I do check them out. But like you said, I mean, they need to work on probably that as well, just how they can recommend, more streams. And then like even Facebook gaming, one time I died to somebody on Apex and his name was like Facebook something, and I
Hmm.
tried to like see if he was live, and I had no clue how to
That is
find anyone on Facebook.
impossible. I've
Yeah,
tried that
like I
as
typed
well.
in his name, his streaming name that he was using in game, and could not find him at all. So that's like the worst part about Facebook. I've
Agreed.
never, I don't, yeah.
Agreed. But also, I feel like because Facebook, they're actually pushing their live streams as well. But I feel like that it may be difficult for people to find you specifically when they're trying to find you, and hopefully, whenever that happens, they have a link for you, so it doesn't matter. But ideally, the algorithm that they're using to push their videos in front of you counteracts people's ability to be able to literally just to be able to just search for your name to click on you to follow. Hopefully that
Hmm.
it balances out, or more
Yeah,
so. I would hope so.
yeah. I really have barely any experience on Facebook
I've tried. I
for
tried
every
it
day.
whenever this guy called King. God, I can never remember how to pronounce his name, but he played a lot of Destiny 2 and a bunch of other RPG games and stuff like that. He got signed to
Hmm.
Facebook Gaming, and so I was like, all right, I want to go check that out and see how that shit works, dude. That thing hurt my brain trying to find anything on there because they have everything mixed. So if you type in Escape from Tarkov and under their gaming app and whatever, and you start scrolling,
Hmm.
they have Facebook posts, they have short clips, they have
So you can't keep
videos
like
and live
organizing
streams.
all,
Yeah, and
right?
it's just
Yeah,
all it's on a big
that's
so you
terrible.
have to scroll because but also that is Facebook, and I think that I haven't checked it since then, so it's probably been over a year. And so I hope maybe it's changed by now, but I feel like that's Facebook's
I
whole thing
checked.
though, is
Yeah.
they want people to keep scrolling. And
Well,
so
when
they
I
give you
I
everything.
I feel like I checked to find somebody's stream probably like 2 months ago, and
Mm.
it was
It
I
was still
typed in his
ass.
name and had no idea. Like it just popped up a bunch of random stuff, and had no idea where his stream was. So
Jeez. That's
it was
rough.
tough.
That's
Yeah.
rough. That's rough, dude. There's not really an excuse for that though. Like I know I'm saying like hopefully the algorithm counterbalances that, but there's no excuse for you not to be able to know someone's name, search it, and you cannot
And it
find
just
them.
pops right up. Yeah.
You can't
Well, that
find them.
that brings me to something else too, though. This is totally a side note, but if you're looking to get into content creation, come up with something like pretty simple but also unique. Like Silver Studios, like that's something unique. It's pretty easy to remember and know.
Right.
There was somebody that I was following on Twitter that was trying to like rebrand, and he goes, I think I'm gonna rebrand to just be Polar Bear. Like my name's gonna be Polar Bear. Like, but if you go into Facebook, type
Oh
in
no.
polar bear, or you type it.
That's
Say you go
true.
to YouTube and you're trying to find polar bear stream. You type it in, and you're gonna get National Geographic popping up and like really
That's a
competing against
good
you.
point. Yeah, dude, you're gonna get buried in that algorithm. Nat
Yeah,
Geo's gonna
exactly.
destroy you.
Yeah.
You got a problem with
So,
Nick Merckx. Welcome to Nat Geo, my guy.
yeah,
That's
where
true.
they have millions of viewers. So,
That is funny. Yeah, I guess that makes
uh,
sense. Oh god, I'm
Rocky
not
says,
saying that out
"Say
loud.
less." He's gonna check out Silver for sure. There you
Yay,
go.
let's go. Thanks, Bill. I
Mission
appreciate you,
accomplished.
man. Let's go. All right, I'm shutting down the stream. That's all I needed. Bye. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. I'm going live on YouTube in about 5 minutes. I'm just kidding. I joke around with a buddy of mine, Sean Trev, and like he'll come into chat like before he's gonna go live, and then he'll like say in chat all right, I'm good. I have to go do my things. I'm like, you're gonna go start your stream. I know, Sean. You can say it. And he's like, no, it feels weird. I'm
Well,
like,
that's nice of him. Some people are like, in Discord saying, "I'm going live now.
going live now.
Uh,
Come check me out now.
my
Looks
name's
better than your chat.
my name's Polar Bear on Twitch."
Mine is fucking polar bear, dude. Trying to steal all the
Yeah.
views. But no, it's like,
No,
but it's different because like I've known him for years and I rate him
that's
every
funny.
time I'm done streaming. So it's like
Yeah.
the same people that are watching me are going to start watching you whenever you start
Yeah.
streaming too. So they're all going to end up there anyway. So shout out.
I-
My wife just did a command, sorry, in chat. Shout out polar bear. No, he does not.
Some people. That's good etiquette though. Some people have
Yes,
no
of
like
course.
streamer or content etiquette. I have a guy who
It's true.
I think he's just young. He doesn't understand it.
Yes.
But I think he just started streaming. But he's in my Discord, and one day I posted and said, "Thinking about going live with the live stream tonight. Who's stopping in?"
Mm.
And like he was like me, and then some other people were like, "Yeah, we'll hop in." And then like after that post, like literally like 2 minutes later, he was like, "I'm thinking about going live too tonight. Who's gonna stop in to see me?" And we're like, "Come on, man! Like
Come
this is
on,
my
bro.
Discord, dude.
Come on, man.
He's trying to steal all my viewers."
That son of a bitch. Hey guys, come watch me. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I've
going live
never
too.
I've never had like an issue with that. Like in my Discord, like I tell people I don't care, and like it's Silver Studios for a reason. You know, it's for everybody and not just for
Yeah,
myself.
no, I'm cool.
But it's
I'm cool with people going to his stream too. It's just literally that he asked the
right,
people that said they would come to my
right.
stream
Are you
if
coming
they
to
were gonna
mine?
come to
Are
his.
you coming to
Yeah,
mine?
like he was just directly like saying, "I'm gonna try to steal your viewers." And
Yeah.
so they're gonna come see you.
That's
I'm gonna tell them to come see me instead.
That's a little
Okay,
different.
that's a little weird.
Yep. Yeah, and you know, and obviously there's a time and a place for it in the Discord. That's why there's a whole channel for it. Like if they dropped it in
Yeah.
general chat, I'd be like, that's not the spot for that. Put that in the other place
Right.
there, son.
Going
Sorry.
live or something. It's funny.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Hey, I thought this was fun. Did you have fun? Hope
Yeah.
you did.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have
good.
to watch Jay's. You said next week?
Yeah, next week. It depends
When
on.
you guys doing it?
Funny thing is, it depends on if I'm going to be laid off next week or not. Depends on when it's
Okay.
going to happen. If I'm laid off, then I'll try to do it earlier in the week. But if not, it'll be we'll shoot for Friday and kind of see what happens. So,
Okay,
and my
awesome.
focus with him, I thought would be with TikTok and his experiences with
Yeah,
TikTok because he's got
He's got
some
some
that's
big TikToks.
he
He's
does.
gotten 1 million viewers on some TikTok.
Indeed. I'd bring
Yeah.
my wife on, but she doesn't want to. So
You'll have to cut out the part where I'd say that I spend hours on some TikToks and they get 39 views, and then
absolutely
8
not.
minutes and they get a couple thousand, but never
Nothing's-
1 million. That's for
Nothing's
sure.
getting edited out of this at all. Are you kidding me? There's nothing getting edited out of this.
Just going straight on.
Yeah,
And copy
straight
and
in.
link and send
Dude,
it to Jay.
I've got a oh yeah, absolutely. Send it straight to him. But then also talk to him about some Warzone.
Skateboarding trips.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on
Did
his
you see he's
ollie.
getting into skateboarding?
I've heard that and I see that on his bio for TikTok as well.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's in his
Nice.
bio. Yeah.
Wow.
Starting to get
okay.
back into skateboarding. Like just so you know.
Nice.
Like I guess maybe people
Cool.
need to know that. Who knows? Who knows? All right, everybody who's not already subscribing to Grizzly, make sure and do that. Exclamation point Grizzly in chat, which I already had the command set up. There's his link. Grizzly, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
So I assume you're gonna be rocking
Well-
out some Apex Legends tonight. Or are you gonna be done?
Yeah. It's I'm probably gonna play some Apex, but we're gonna probably end the stream and just go hang out with some
Oh,
peeps and
go offline, huh?
be back live again Sunday, I think.
Incognito.
So,
There you go, brother. All right, man.
yep,
Well, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate
yep.
talking to you, buddy.
All right, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, buddy.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You too. We did it!